everybody. Just out for a nice walk on the trail. Was already out for a run this morning. It's about noontime right now. Nice and warm. Good breeze though. So there might be a little bit of wind. I apologize if there is. But Jamie's just doing some food prep and whatnot. So I figured I'd get out for another nice little walk and stretch the legs a little bit more. Enjoy some peace and quiet here on the trail. These birds are singing pretty loudly though. So yesterday morning, got up early, got up around 5. I actually ran to work. It's about 11.5 miles, 18.5 kilometers, something like that. It felt so nice though. It was like perfect weather, perfect temperature, nice run along the trail. Well, like at least 3/4 of it was on the trail. So it was just so relaxing and so peaceful. Great way to kick off my Friday. And then today just went out with a few friends and ran 10K right here actually on this trail. So now just kind of aiming to relax the rest of my weekend. I might go out again tomorrow and run for a bit, but I probably won't do another long run. Not really sure. But I figured today was a beautiful day. Get out and just walk and actually take some of this in. You know, the river is very close to where I am right now, just off to my side, although the land kind of juts out a little bit. So there's some trees and stuff. Can't really see it right now, but just ahead of me is where the rail bridge crosses the river. I think I'll stop there and, maybe do a little 10-15 minute meditation or something like that. Been reading some Eckhart Tolle lately. I think I'm reading A New Earth. I believe I'm reading A New Earth. The Power of Now is the first book that I read from him. Obviously it's a life-changing book. And yeah, I think I'm on A New Earth now, which obviously talks about like some of the same concepts, the same kind of stuff, like being present, being in the present moment, being aware of your inner self and inner body, and kind of trying to maintain a little bit of I don't know what the word is. I don't know how to really describe it, but we're usually so overwhelmed by our minds and all of the external influences and what's going on around us that we tend to get wrapped up in that, and we don't really, just stay present at all. We don't stay that little bit reserved inside, and we get lost in the chaos. So I try to maintain that awareness, that consciousness, that connection with my inner self at all times, whether I'm at work, whether I'm out running, whatever it is, in any kind of a situation. And it's been massively helpful in life. I mean, I just feel like I don't get annoyed by situations. Even, if I'm waiting in line somewhere at a store or a bank or something, I don't know, it's fine. It doesn't bother me. I can just be there and just not really thinking about anything, just finding that joy in just being, Got some butterfly friends chasing each other there. Which reminds me, I'm gonna reach out to friend of mine who lives in another part of the country, but he does some animation, and I don't know how it came up, but the other day I was thinking about how I once wrote a kind of poem slash very short, like, kids story sort of book type thing about an experience that well, I wrote it for a coworker's daughter. I don't even know how it came about. I think I was just there one day on break and I was just writing something, and this woman asked me what I was doing or what I was writing, or I don't even know, and it came up that, you know, I was just writing. Maybe I was writing some lyrics, maybe I was writing a song, maybe I was writing a poem, I have no idea. But anyway, I ended up writing a poem for her daughter. I was like, well, what does she like? She said, oh, she likes butterflies. So I was like, okay, I'll write her something about butterflies. So I ended up doing that, and I like it. You know, I wrote it out for her, I gave it to her, and she read it, and she's like, oh my God, you know. It's funny, like this woman's a little bit, not someone that you'd expect to get like emotional or whatever, you know, very strong-willed person, but she was almost in tears. She's like, my daughter's gonna love it. So anyway, the point is, I want to reach out and see if any of my friends who do animations or anything like that would be interested in, you know, putting in a little bit of effort to, even if we just made it kind of like a 15 to 20 page, just very short little kids book sort of deal. They put in their work, I've already put in my work, and just you know, I'll pay for publishing it or whatever, just get some copies made, and then yeah, just, you know, we can work out a deal on the proceeds or whatever. We can work out a deal on what kind of cut they would get for their animation. But I'm going to do that, and about 5 minutes ago, looking at those butterflies flying around is what reminded me of that. So I thought I'd share that with you. If it ever comes to anything, if it ever actually, you know, turns into anything, I'll keep you guys posted, and maybe even give you a link where you could buy it, or you just, whatever, we'll figure it out. But yeah, so I'm just coming out to this bridge here. Got some people, so I'm just gonna pause it for a second. Yeah, I was a couple with a young kid, so didn't want to film just in case that was a problem for them. Now I'm on this rail bridge. A little windy, so I may not stop here and chat, but just walk up to the end here and get back into the woods for a sec. I do love it here. Okay. Get back into the shelter so there's not so much wind for you guys. And then I think I might actually just find a rock and have a little meditation. Alright, safe to say I found my spot. I actually didn't realize this little path came down in here, because right down by the river because I've only ever really run by here, so I just never even noticed this. And then from the trail, like, I could see that it looked like there was, this, like, the pine needle path kind of deal, you know what I mean? Like, I can't see that when I'm just running by and not paying attention. But yeah, like, this is an epic spot. So I'm gonna sit here. I see the path runs over there as well, but I'm gonna sit here just close to the river, listen to it for a little while, and just meditate, commune with nature for a bit. Catch up in a few. What a beautiful spot. So glad I came out to explore. Wow. Just sat on that rock for a few minutes watching the river go by. That'll bring you back to center, if anything will. The highway is pretty close. Like, the highway bridge is just over here, crossing the river. So I do hear some traffic, but it doesn't even matter. It just blends in and complements the river. Like, doesn't even matter whatsoever when you're in a situation as beautiful as what's down there. A couple of really, really nice spots that I plan on coming back to and checking out again. Unreal. Like, I just never even knew that these places were there. And I mean, that first place with the rock is just like unbelievable. It's just so perfectly situated in that little nook down over the embankment. Might as well be 100 miles away from anything. And then, that next spot where there's a couple rocks there near a dead end. I mean, that just, wow, it's breathtaking. What a breathtaking view, really. And it's funny because I lived in this town for 10 years before. I just moved back after like 5 years, but before that, lived here for 10 years and never experienced these places. Never, ever once came and checked this trail out on this side. I went to high school on the other side of the river, just up a little ways. And, every now and then on a lunch break or something, we'd walk down into the woods down by the river and just kind of sit. But that's about it, and we're talking high school for me is like, oh shit, that's a long time ago. 18 years ago since I graduated. So yeah, it's been a while, but anyway, definitely want to make more of a conscious effort to get out into nature and appreciate what is around. And obviously, I've been doing that more in the last few years, especially getting out running and enjoying the scenery and stuff, but I feel like it's gonna go next level having this river so close to home. So that river where I was sitting on that rock is like 1 mile from my house. So, I mean, what's that, 15-20 minute walk tops? So walk down, hang out. I mean, I could see myself making, coming down early morning or something, or in the evening, and just hanging out there for like an hour or two, maybe with a book. In the next time I'm out around doing kind of one of these sort of little walk and talk and experiencing nature videos, I'll take you guys around the duck pond, which is over on the other side of town. But yeah, it's a beautiful spot. That's actually really close to where I used to live when I lived in this town before. And I mean, it was literally across the street from me basically when I lived here the last time. Again, I didn't take advantage of it like I should, but I was down around it, some. And actually, before I go, I'll tell you this one story. When I was working a job that required me to work various shifts. One of them was 10 at night till 6 in the morning. And so it was about a half-hour walk from our apartment, and I had to walk past the duck pond in the morning. So basically sunrise, getting there, sit down maybe by the park bench after working all night and just enjoying that really early morning. And for about 2 weeks I would stop, and there was this little bunny that would hop around and run around my legs and stuff like that. I couldn't touch it, but it would like just sit by my feet, run around my legs, and just chill with me for like 10-15 minutes till I got up and went home, because I just had to go home and go to sleep. And yeah, it was just the coolest thing. I never was able to reach down and touch it, because it just, I was a little bit too scared for that. But it was just cool having a little bunny friend early in the morning at a duck pond, no one else around. I mean, that's something that I'll remember, for the rest of my life. It's the small things, man. It's the small things. But all right, anyway, I guess I'll wrap it up there. Just thought I'd take you guys along with me, share with you a bit of my nature walk today. And all right, my phone just told me I didn't have enough space to keep recording videos, so I deleted a couple of apps real quick. All right, now it's telling me my battery's at 10%. So yeah, all right, so phone's running out of storage, battery's at 10%, everything's telling me I need to wrap this up. So thanks very much for coming along with me today, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.